Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Audrey and I am going to be testing out 3 different foundations at 3 different price points today. And I'm going to be testing them out by doing a 7-minute workout and seeing how they withstand all the sweat, and that'll act as like if I'd been wearing it all day long. I'll just do it in a short amount of time. And I'm going to be using my professional primer for all foundations, as well as Young Blood translucent powder. And I'm not going to be putting any bronzer, any blush, eyeshadow, or anything else on, so we can really test this foundation. So let's jump on into this video. I'm going to be starting with my professional primer all over my face, just a pea size. Get it into my areas that typically have bigger pores. There we go. The first foundation I have here is this LA Color Radiant Skin Nourishing Long Wear Liquid Makeup in the shade CLM 388 Beige. So this was the second lightest color, and that being said, this and the lightest color were very similar. I have no idea. I hope it's probably going to oxidize, is my opinion. And now that I'm looking at it, I think it's going to be a little dark actually. But, ooh, it has a pump. That's really nice. So I'm just going to apply this all over my face and we will see. It has a very thick consistency, which is kind of interesting. I don't really know if that's good. Yeah, let's just go for it. It definitely has a smell. I don't know what that is, but it definitely has one. It actually smells like ramen noodles, which is sort of weird. I've never had makeup smell like that. So far, I've had to use a lot just to get in this area on my face. I've used pretty much all of what was on my hand, and I didn't even get my whole face done. And this cost $4 at the Dollar General. The coverage is not that good. I can still see a lot of my blemishes, and I can tell it's definitely oxidizing, as you can probably see. I mean, maybe I just got the wrong color, but I'm pretty sure this has gotten more orangey than the of when I just applied it. So, another pump. Yeah, so it really didn't hardly cover any of my acne that I have. And it 100% has oxidized. As you can really tell if I sit back a little, my face is a completely different color, like by far, than my neck and shoulders. I'm gonna put a little more on my chin. See, it looks much lighter when you first put it on. It is a very dewy, in my opinion, sticky foundation, which I think I like more of an in-between, like a satin finish. Definitely not the right color at all. I would have to get a major tan to ever wear this again. So let's put some powder on. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little close here. Basically what I think is this is almost more of like a tanner than a foundation, because it added like a color to my face, but you can literally see everything right through it. Like, it doesn't cover anything. You can even see the veins through my eyelids. So we'll put it through the workout test and we will see how it withstands the sweat and hot day. So, oh my gosh. I'm gonna take my tissue, blot my face. Oh, I literally just blotted and look how much came off. Alright, let's check it out a little closer up. Okay, so I waited about 30 minutes after my workout because I wanted to see, like, okay, if I just like naturally leaned on my face or did stuff like that after and all the sweat dried, what it would look like. It is absolutely horrible. I would rate this a 2 out of 10, and only because there's a pump. But you'd be better off going foundationless, in my opinion. As you can probably, well, I don't know. As you can see, like, if I was leaning like that, it's like totally worn off. It's creasing right here. It didn't even cover my pimples to begin with. It came off a ton on my forehead, and it's just splotchy everywhere. Like, even my nose where I didn't even touch it. And I put so much of this stuff on, you'd think some of it would remain on my face. I think you can kind of even tell, like, how much has come off because it's not quite as a difference anymore. Yeah, definitely. I hope the other two do better than that. So I'm going to go wash my face, and we are going to test out my typical Covergirl Outlast All Day Stay Foundation in the shade 832. So I cleaned my beauty blender, going in with my professional, just like before. Boop, 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 boop. That last foundation, it washed off without a hiccup. I'm going in with a little back of a brush to get it out because I'm almost out. Oops, I just got it on my pants. Anyways. Alright. So this one I'm much more familiar with. It definitely, compared to the other one, has a lot better coverage. And it's not even, I wouldn't say, it doesn't cover everything either. So that's saying. I also know that this foundation is a lot more mattifying than the other one. I say it's a pretty decent foundation, but we will put it to the test when I do my workout. Again, this took literally half the amount of product to get more coverage. Going back in there with my translucent powder, and then we'll do the workout. Oh my gosh. The only thing about this is it's ridiculous to open. And it's kind of scary too because you never know when it's going to pop out. Got it. Whew. Boop, boop. As you can probably tell, it has pretty good coverage. The only thing it's not really covering all the way is I have a couple of dark pimples, but it still has covered them a little bit. Definitely smooths out your skin. I have this little broken blood vessel right there you can sort of see through, but really not bad, and you could definitely cover that with concealer. So far it's even, but we will see. Okay, let's go. Oh my gosh. Alright. I think I'm sweating just as much. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for this to be over. So I got my tissue. Alright, we're gonna rest 30 minutes. and I'll check back in with ya. Alright, so I am back after 30 minutes of my second workout, testing the second foundation. I'm realizing I think I'm way tanner than I am or something, because this foundation is also too dark for me. It matches my arm, but not my neck. And like, it probably matches my forehead, but not my chin area. So if any of you have like tips on where you should match your foundation, I would appreciate if you left a comment down below. Back to what we're actually making this video on. The foundation lasted pretty good, actually. The only places that it kind of wore off is like when I was just like reviewing my footage. It obviously came off on my forehead when I did the tissue test, which I will show you the tissues up close because I saw you could not see those at all. But really, it did a pretty good job. Like, I definitely have to say, like, date on my cheeks. It's not as splotchy as I thought it was going to be. And maybe that's the young blood powder, like, really locking it on. I have a little bit of creasing here. Like I said, that's normally what I get, and maybe it's just because I always use that foundation now. I would give this foundation, I think, like a 7 out of 10 because it's only $10 at RiteAid about, and it definitely stayed on pretty well. A ton better than the $4 LA Colors foundation. Anyways, let's try the next one. I'm back with a fresh face. I already primed my face. So now I have a little tiny tester from Sephora of Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Foundation in the shade 2N 1.5. The shade beige. I actually got this in the winter, and the lady did their little like skin tester gun that tells you your shade. It showed up darker than what was like obviously for me, so she went down a couple of shades, and this is what she gave me as a sample. If this is not the right color and it's been like months and I should be a little bit tanner, then I don't know what it is. Let's just go in. I've used this foundation once or twice before, and the thing I most liked about it is how little of the product you need to get like a pretty good coverage. I would say this is a satin finish. The reason that I am so curious of how this is going to like do with the workout is because I have only worn it like once or twice, and I really didn't pay too much attention of like the aftermath. I just sort of paid attention to the initial like, oh, how does it feel? Like that sort of thing. The other two are super warm toned, and this one has more, I think, of a neutral base, which is what I am. So this is gonna run you about, actually, it was exactly $48 on Sephora on the actual website. $50 for foundation compared to $4 or $10. That's quite a bit of a price jump, but already I'm seeing, before I've even said it, it looks way more natural than the other two, and maybe that's just because it's the right color. So let's set it and see how it looks. I like it a lot so far. It's definitely sitting on my skin really nicely, like my cheeks. Oh, they even feel really like almost like velvety, which is really nice. It's pretty seamless all around. No creasing under my eyes yet. Hopefully it doesn't build up around my nose. I would actually say the Covergirl foundation is more full coverage than this one. I'd say it makes the texture of your skin look a lot nicer. It covers up any redness. So far, so good. So let's do this workout. Okay. Finished the last workout. I had to stop right before I did it because my battery died and I had to charge it. It's raining now. Very humid. But I'm finally done with the third workout. See how much comes off. I'm not even kidding, like this barely came off at all. That's so weird. I'm sweating just as much, if not more. Alright, I'll compare the 3 tissues and then meet you back at the mirror. Okay, here we have the first tissue, a lot of foundation. Second tissue, a little bit less. Actually, I think definitely less. And the last tissue, almost nothing. And I seriously was not trying to not get it on the tissue. That's pretty incredible. Okay, so I am back after waiting for a bit after my third workout. I am so tired and could really just use a nap. I am absolutely stunned by this foundation. I had no clue, I'm not even making this up, that it would stay on this well. It pretty much looks exactly, like, I'm serious, like not even the forehead. There's no splotchiness. The only place it came off just a smidge, which might have been because I was drinking tea, is right under, right there. But not even all the way. The rest looks, like I said, exactly like how I did when I put it on. No creasing under my eyes. I'm really gonna consider buying this. It's $50, but honestly, my skin looks really good. Super smooth. It even feels pretty smooth. It's kind of interesting. The worst makeup was the cheapest. Then, of course, you have your Covergirl makeup, which wasn't too bad. It just wasn't... It does not compare to what is on my face right now. So I guess I would recommend the expensive kind, the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Foundation. If you can afford that, I would 100% go and buy that. If you can't, I would definitely say that the Covergirl is it's a fine foundation if you have the right shade. I'm just amazed how like well it stayed on. And it's not even as full coverage, so I thought it was just gonna like sweat off. And I was really nervous actually. I was like, what if this is like worse, the worst one out of the 3 that stays on? But it definitely was not at all. Don't bother spending $4 on this one. This one really is bad, and it smells like ramen noodles. I mean, you could buy it just to see that I'm right, and it smells like ramen noodles. Yeah, so that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it and maybe found it helpful with picking out foundations. Just for a reference, I have like combination skin, but I'd say it's more... No, it's totally combination. I have dry cheeks and an oily T-zone with large pores. So if your skin is similar, I would definitely check out these foundations. And if you want, at Sephora, they always, if you ask to test a foundation and take it home, they'll happily give you little tiny samples and they'll last you a few times to do your whole face. Please subscribe, hit that big thumbs up button, and stay tuned for my next video coming next week. It's gonna be about my hair. I'm so excited. All right, love you. Bye.